Alright, everybody. Welcome back. Episode 2. And there are some things to discuss. First of all, there have been some fairly major changes to the base. I fancied up this original hallway, and I added a tree farm here. Nothing too crazy, which is why I did it off camera, but if you don't want me to do that, I'll save this kind of stuff for videos in the future. But you might also be noticing that I have a bunch of cobblestone in my inventory. And I do. I dug all the way to bedrock. Didn't take that particularly long. And what I'm going to do with all this cobblestone here is I'm going to continue this design. We're going to build up and connect to that ring thing up there, that shape up there. And this will be the internal structure of the sort of base that we're going to have here. So I hope all of you have been having a good day so far. It's Easter when I'm making this, so happy Easter. The first proper project besides this will be probably a train, but I've begun a list of the commenters' build ideas. It has one entry so far, and I will add to it every time I see one that I like. But the idea for this is going to be we build this internal structure, and then on the one block outside, we build around it and make the proper wall. I know it's pretty unnecessary to make structures like this because, well, Minecraft blocks just float, but I think it's just kind of a nice detail to work into a design. So when it comes to first projects that I'm going to work on here, I am thinking I'm going to start with a train of some kind. I marked out a location that I want to do that. We're making good progress. Okay. But I marked out a position I want to build that, and it's going to require a bridge. It's right over there. We're going to have like a nice arch bridge going across, then a train going on top of it. That's the plan here. And so that'll take some time to get materials for. And get all that sorted out. I do have a design in mind, like kind of, like a basic idea of what I want it to look like. Nothing definitive yet, though. There we go. I've made some pretty fast progress on this. Okay. I thought this would take a lot longer, but it just didn't. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go this way. Just want to make it complete. Well, fairly complete. There we go. We can just build up again and... Alright, so I do have a question for you guys, and that would be whether or not it's fair game to duplicate some items. And I'll get into that after we kind of finish this up. But I do have some items in mind that would be just more convenient to have duplicated instead of going out and finding it. One of those being lapis blocks, because I think lapis blocks look nice, but I don't like hunting for lapis very much. But if that's not in the spirit of Minecraft, then I can just deal with that and go and get it when I want to use it. But there are a number of items that I think would be a lot more simple to have. Oh, I did that wrong. But yeah, there would be like a lot more items that I would probably bother using if I duplicated them instead. Okay. Oh, it's gonna line up too. That's great. Okay. That's a stroke of luck, though. Okay. We need to make it to a bed first, so I'm glad we made it up here, because I can just go through here, and we have to wait. But since I'm here, I can go ahead and show you what I mean. So, glass and smooth stone. I think that would be much more valuable to me if I could just dupe them. So these I didn't. I did not duplicate any of the blocks that I used up here, because I wanted to ask first before I did that. I can show you where I got the sand real quick. And the stone, well, obviously I got it from digging this, but... And I found quite a bit of coal along the way, so that's good too. But I got the sand from right over here. It's right down here. It's right there. Yeah, see? Sandstone blocks. This used to just be a big pit of sand. That used to be more hilly. So that's how I got all the sand that I've used this so far. But I'm just thinking, like, I like the terrain around here as is, and I don't really... Well, actually, there's a desert, like, right over there, so... maybe that much is fine. And the stone is super easy to get to. It just takes a while to smelt into smooth stone. But maybe things like arrows and coal would be something I can duplicate. If not, I'm sure I can find a cave system that will give me plenty. And if not, I can just grow trees and turn it into charcoal. But I might as well ask here. But back to what we were doing. Oopsie. Incredibly lucky that that happened the way it did. Much less janky looking of a base. Now that we've kind of begun the detail work. Whoa. There we go. Let's see. And I didn't mean to do that. There we go. And that's this part of the project done. We need to put a top on it too, but this is going to be where a big window goes for the new bedroom. We're going to kind of expand it. It's looking good already. So we can put that away, and I can properly show you what I actually did around here. So this is the ground floor of the tree farm. It's a 2-tree capacity. Very simple, but I think it looks kind of nice. Down there is pretty much nothing. I haven't built very much. And there's an array of 8 furnaces, which I use to craft the glass and stone and stuff. And out the front door we can kind of see up top. I don't think I'll ever remove this tree. It just kind of looks nice the way it is. And oh yeah, I can... So right there, that's actually like an island in the middle, but the bridge is going to go from here to over there, probably going to be about that high, so it's going to kind of be above all this other land, and we're going to put a train on top of it. And the reason why I brought up the duping thing is because being able to duplicate gravel for that specific purpose would be really good, because you know, gravel sometimes gives you flint and instead of gravel, and it's just kind of annoying to get sometimes. So I thought it might be nice to be able to just get a bunch of gravel and start building. But I can understand if that's not in the spirit of the game we're playing here. Made a bunch of fences. And same thing kind of applies to moss stone. You can't craft it yet, not in this version. You can't craft it. You can only find it in dungeons, which are pretty rare, and even then only on the floors of dungeons, I think. The one dungeon I found only had them on the floors. So that would make things kind of annoying to get if I wanted to use that block, which I might. So I'm thinking it might be fair game to duplicate things like that. So like iron, I don't think that would be very fair. Coal, I'm thinking since I only ever use it for torches and fuel, that might be more fair, but still not very. So I'll just let you guys help me decide on that. But when it comes to wool as well, I'm thinking duping might be a little bit more of an enjoyable thing to do instead of waiting around for sheep to spawn so I can get their wool. Because sheep spawn and despawn in this version. Because I think lining the bottoms of these walls with a colored wool block might be a nice splash of you know, color. Instead of it having it all be gray, we can have some of it be like red or green or something. Might just be a nicer thing visually. But we got this, and I need to start setting up how it's gonna look. I think the floor will actually be one block up, so this will be the floor level. Because I'm gonna put like supports that connect to the mountain. Just like that. And this will be, so the floor is going to be one block up, and then we're going to have a glass window, full view. There we go. This is a version thing, but I do prefer the slightly earlier shiny cobblestone texture. I'm not exactly sure why, but I think it just looks more, I don't know, Minecraft. We haven't had it since the alpha and early beta versions. We've had something that looks more like this ever since, but I still like the super shiny cobblestone. Oh, that's right. Okay, so what we're going to do now is kind of angle this out. Yes, yes. Okay, so floor, one block up, 2 blocks up, 3 blocks up. Okay. So now I have to make a half circle, kind of, 3 blocks up. That might prove to be annoying. Oh. Let's try and get that out of the way now so I don't have to worry about it later. Okay. Ooh, it's getting dark. Okay. 2, 3. Go in. Okay, we already are misaligned, I think. You have to time it so, like, once it hits the, like, that, then you can sleep. But if it's any time before then, it just doesn't let you, which is kind of annoying. Still got plenty of cobblestone. Oh. Okay. So we'll add these secondary sort of support beams after we get the main circle done. Okay. Alright, I think that checks out. Now all we have to do is just copy that shape onto the other side. Nice and straightforward. And that's going to line up pretty good. Okay. Alright. So we got that. And then we need to put a roof. And that roof will just... Okay, so I'm thinking maybe just a flat top roof, because I'm going to cover it with dirt and have grass grow on it, because I think that'll look pretty nice. I have more cobblestone, right? Yes, I do. Okay. So that's going to be the real wall. Like, this is all within the wall. And so... wall... inside the wall. Okay. We can just outline this, sure. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. And there we go. So even still... well, I might keep the floor down here. Move all of these one. That might look alright. Because I want the floor to be wood. Yeah, I might do that, because I also want the ceiling to be higher than 2 blocks. And we're going to have a really nice lookout post. So now I need a bunch of dirt, and we're just going to cover this big shape I just made. After I make some slabs. That should be enough. Oh, and around. And we're good. Cover this. So I'm going to need a lot of smooth stone for lining the outer wall. And that's why I'm thinking about duping, is because I really don't want to go looking for this much coal to smelt this much cobblestone, which I also have to now gather because my cobblestone has diminished a little bit. It just does not sound very fun, but I might do it legit because I feel that might be the right thing. I'll let you know if I choose to do dupes or not anyway, but for now we are staying legit for a while. And we're just gonna make this sort of grassy patch. And it'll look nice. I'm gonna have to light up down there real quick though, so mobs don't bother me. Looks like we'll have just about enough dirt. Yeah, we had plenty. Okay. We just need to light up this area for now. Okay. Yeah, I might move these down so I can have the floor be down here. Alright, so we got all this done. Got it done pretty fast too. I can tear out this original floor and we can start filling it in with its real floor or whatever. Alright, so that wasn't too hard. So now we can just fill in the floor with wood, which I really like the texture of these old planks. They changed them and they look good now, but I really like how they look right now. They look fantastic. Especially in later updates, how there's textures like the spruce oak wood planks, like the spruce wood planks, and they look great too, before the big texture change. Ooh. Oh, right. Up here isn't done, but I think that's going to be good for this episode. Made a lot of decent progress, and pretty soon we'll be able to start on both my first project and the commenter's first project. So that'll be fun. Just let me know if you would feel anything about me using duplicated items and all of that. And I guess I'll see you next time. Goodbye.